In this video, I'm going to show you how to amend a purchase order in 3 different scenarios. So the first will be if you instantly realise you've made a mistake and you want to go back into the purchase order and change it. The second one is if you've created the purchase order, you've printed the order so it's been sent to the supplier, and then you need to make an amendment on it. And the third scenario is if the goods have turned up and you realise that there's a mistake on the purchase order and you need to amend it before receipting. So the first scenario is if you've just created a purchase order and you've realised there's a mistake. So you go into Navigator, Adnams, Procurement, Non-Stock Procurement, enter and revise non-stock purchase orders. So you may already be in the screen, you've just created a purchase order and realised that you've made a mistake on it. So you type your purchase order number in there, or you could search for all of them by clicking the magnifying glass, scrolling through to the end, and it'll bring up the most recent purchase orders on there. So if I go into this one, select by clicking that box, and then select by clicking the green tick, we can make any amendments here to either line. So on quantity ordered or the request date, or if you've added the wrong item, you can change it or delete it, anything from here. So for this example, let's change the 7 to a 6. And to make any changes, just click the green tick. So to check that it's changed, you can type in your purchase order number here, magnifying glass to find, go into the purchase order by selecting green tick. You'll see that it has changed to 6 there. So the second scenario is if you've already created the purchase order, you've printed the order, and then it's gone to the supplier, and maybe you've noticed that the request date is wrong, or you've added the wrong item, or the supplier may come back to you and say that you've ordered 6 but there's only 3 available. So in this scenario, you go into Navigator, Adnams, Procurement, Non-Stock Procurement, Supplier Acknowledgement. So again, you can type in your purchase order number here, or search for all of them by clicking the magnifying glass. So if I select this order here, you go into row PO detail. So if there was multiple lines on the purchase order, they would all appear here. This one's only got 1 line, so if we select that green tick to go into it, and in this screen here we can make any changes, any amendments. So quantity ordered, the unit price, or if you scroll quite far along, we've got the request date here. So we can change that from the 6th to Friday the 13th. So you can click that, and to confirm your changes, you just click the green tick. So the final scenario is if you've created a purchase order, the goods have turned up, and maybe only 3 have turned up instead of 5, things like that. So to make those sort of amendments, you go into Navigator, Adnams, Procurement, Non-Stock Procurement, Revise Purchase Order before receipt. Again, if you know the purchase order number, you can type that in here and search. But to bring up all of the purchase orders, you can click the magnifying glass there and bring them all up. So if I select this purchase order, click the green tick, and similar to before, where we can make any type of amendments before receipting the purchase order. To say if we ordered 3, actually 5 turned up. We can make that change, click the green tick, and then if you want to double check that it has been changed, just click the magnifying glass again, select your purchase order, green tick, and see that it has changed to 5.